Rochelle. I'm an architectural designer by day, and on the weekends and in the evenings, I am a hobby sewist, and lately, I have been learning to crochet as well. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Either way, thank you for joining me today. Yesterday over on my Instagram, I shared a reel with a recap of the garments I made in 2024. So today I want to do a breakdown of the fabrics and the patterns I used to make those garments. First up on that reel was my Secret Santa sew for the Secret Santa Challenge. The Secret Santa Challenge was hosted by Chris from on Social, and I'm going to share the link to her video recapping the entire challenge down in the description of this video. My Secret Santa was Shamir from So Creative, and she made a mood board that really fitted me with the colors and the silhouettes. So I used the Blackbird fabric linen from Blackbird Fabrics. I think the color was Orchid, and I used the Astra vest pattern that she recommended and the at the seams wide leg pants to create this separate look. I also used some golden frog closures from Joann's instead of buttons because me and buttonholes, we just don't get along. But that was my look for the Secret Santa Sewing Challenge. Next up is a jumpsuit. This jumpsuit, I used Vogue 1883 as the bodice, and then for the bottom, I used Vogue 9259. At this point, both of these patterns are tried and true. I really like them. I've used them multiple times last year. By the way, Happy New Year. I am shooting this on January 1st, 2025. And the fabric for this jumpsuit is from Mood Fabrics. And I really liked this outfit because it gave such a playful silhouette. Looked like a dress depending on how you were standing, had pockets, but I like the security of it being a pair of shorts. Next up is another jumpsuit. I used the at the seams wide leg pants for the bottom half of this jumpsuit and the Berta 6652. What I really like about this one is that it had such a retro vibe and look. Next up is another jumpsuit. Yes, I really do like jumpsuits. And this pattern was the Tiffany jumpsuit by Mimi G. And the fabric was from Mood, and I actually tailored this one a lot to get out. It had a lot of ease, and I wanted it to be a little bit more fitted to me. So I took some of the fabric out on the sides to give it that look. Following up, another jumpsuit. The patterns I used for this were Butterick 6454. That is a vintage tried and true. I really like it. I love a high neck halter, okay? But really, I like any kind of halter as well. And then I used Vogue 9259. This time I used View C, which is the long version. You can see that at the waistband there are pleats. And the fabric for this jumpsuit came from Mood. And I know it's surprising. This one's actually green. It's not sticking to my pink and purple hues. All right, next up, shocker, it's a dress. And this fabric came from Fringe Fabrics, and it was kind of cute because I was surprised with this fabric by the guy I'm dating. And to make this one, I used Vogue 9259. So I used the bodice for this, but then I used Simplicity 1465, and I extended the skirt a bit and put some slits in on the side. And this one was very well received. After that, I'm gonna pause on the reel because I forgot to include two jumpsuits that I made. So next up is this jumpsuit. The fabric is from Core Fabrics. And to make that jumpsuit, I use the at the seams wide leg pattern. And I paired it with Vogue 9253 for the bodice because I wanted to make something that was a bit more office appropriate, and I really liked how wide the sleeves are. I think it really adds something to the silhouette, especially considering I don't really make a lot of things with sleeves. So following up on that one, I also forgot to include this one, which is another jumpsuit I made to wear to work. This fabric also came from Core Fabrics, and I like this fabric so much that when they had their Black Friday sale, I got some more of it. So you'll be seeing more of this fabric in 2025. So for this one, again, I used the seams wide leg pattern, but for the top, I used McCall's M7802. I did the bodice for D, so it has a V-neck, but I did it to ensure that it crossed. I didn't show too much skin, and then the full back on this one to create another work appropriate look. So now I'm gonna jump back into the reel we were previously discussing. Next up, I used Vogue 9730. This is a vintage pattern, and it is from what year? I'm not seeing it on the envelope. What year is this? Okay, so I'm not seeing it on the envelope, but I used this pattern and I paired it with the Workroom Social fabric. This was a special buy, and all proceeds from purchasing this fabric went to Palestine. So I had purchased it years before and it was all sold out, and I would love to get more of it because it is such a stunning fabric. You know, I like big florals. So following up on that is a dress that I made using McCall's 2514, which is this one here, and staying true to my aesthetic. It is a crisscross bodice here. I hacked it so that the waist wasn't so low, and I paired it with Vogue 9343 for the bottom to make it into a gown. The fabric is from Fabric Mart. I think this one is very stunning. And then following that, we have a remake. While I was in New York, I was fascinated by this fabric. A woman walked down the sidewalk next to me, and it wasn't butterflies, but it was butterfly wings on the fabric. And I was just absolutely fascinated by it. And then I found this dress on Poshmark or on Pinterest. Like, I came across the dress and I was like, I could totally buy that and refashion it. So I used McCall's 79995, but this pattern is super hot to create the silhouette of the dress that I wanted. I kept the high neck, but then I turned it into a halter so that the back is very low, and then of course I added length to it, flared it a little using the cut and flare method, where you like draw lines an inch apart and then you slope the slash and spread method, and you spread it out. So then after that is my jumpsuit that I wore to South Florida Frocktails. South Florida Frocktails, the theme was Masquerade Ball, and I used the Buttrick B6454, again, the high neck halter, with the Vogue 9343 pattern for the skirt, but you can tell there's a pair of shorts underneath there. And South Florida Frocktails is hosted by Joanna and Diana, and I'm super excited about the 2025 edition. I'm already thinking about what I'll be making for it. And then last but not least, and not least because this dress was heavy, was the dress I made to wear to my friend's wedding. And for this dress, I used Vogue 1883 again. It was so elegant. This neckline is like so elegant. And I paired it with Vogue 9343 to create the dress, and it has pockets. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you stay tuned to see what I'll be making in 2025.